Good evening and welcome to NEWSBREAK Live. I'm Hiba Sama. Thanks so much for joining us. The Torrance Police Department is looking to hear from you. They're developing a strategic plan that will serve as the organization's roadmap for the next 3 years. They're hoping to get input and feedback from the community so they can address any needs in the plan. There are 2 upcoming strategic planning workshops on Tuesday, August 20th and Wednesday, August 21st. The 2-hour workshops have limited seating. Staff hopes to continue to enhance the partnership with the community. To attend, RSVP at dmegardician@torranceca.gov. Also, the Torrance Police Department announced registration is open for its Partners in Policing course. Staff is offering an 11-week program for Torrance residents, and this includes people who also work here or have any affiliations with the city. It gives people the opportunity to get a better understanding of how the Torrance Police Department works. All sessions are taught by police officers from various divisions, ranging from detectives, homicide, DUI, drones, SWAT, K-9, and much more. The program will take place Thursday night from 6 to 8 p.m. starting September 12th. To sign up, go to torranceca.gov. International visitors from China took a swing for the first time and learned all about America's favorite pastime. International Chinese visitors had a learning lesson of a lifetime today. Discover Torrance in partnership with Choose a Destination, Torrance High School, on the Torrance batting cages. Welcome to the baseball diamond Chinese visitors. Top sellers from the Chinese company called Rolmilex, a health and beauty products manufacturing company, were on an incentive trip with their families visiting the United States. As part of their experience, they learned how to play baseball for the first time. But with none of them speaking English, baseball players taught them how to play the language of the sport. For high school students, it was an opportunity to give back.
To me, well, baseball is universal, and that's one of the beauties, is that it's a global sport, and everybody can understand it on some level. Even these folks who don't have a great background of playing, I think that we can teach kinesthetically and show through motion and action. Today, my kids will model what the players need to do, and then hopefully they can pick it up from there, and it can translate even though we don't know Chinese and they're still learning and acquiring English.
This event is going to be fabulous because what is going to be so exciting and what the group is looking forward to is being able to show their friends back in China that they know how to play baseball.
Torrance City Cable reporter Sarah Honeycutt will have the full story on This Week in Torrance. West Nile was detected in Torrance. City staff received a report from Vector Control confirming that on July 23rd, there were 2 recent mosquito pool samples that confirmed positive for West Nile virus at the Madrona Marsh Preserve Nature Center. Both samples were taken from the preserve, and every week on Mondays, Vector Control staff set out traps at various locations of the marsh. Once collected, the mosquitoes are tested for West Nile virus and St. Louis encephalitis. Staff have already posted new West Nile virus warning signs on the fence that surround the preserve, including on all entrance gates. They will also decrease evening activities. West Nile is the leading cause of mosquito-borne disease in the United States. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about 1 in 5 people who are infected develop a fever and other symptoms. You can reduce the risk of being infected by wearing insect repellent and long-sleeved shirts, pants to prevent mosquito bites. You can learn more about preventative steps you can take by going to cdc.gov. The city is one step closer in establishing the Historic Preservation Commission. Right now, the commission's certification class is underway, which is an orientation that needs to be completed for members interested prior to being appointed to the commission. Already, there were 5 residents appointed in June. Today, they'll be certifying 18 people, but that depends on whether they meet the requirements to apply. Now, the Historic Preservation Commission will be made up of 7 members who will make decisions and provide input regarding matters about properties that are requesting to be designated or have already been a historic resource. The Historic Preservation Plan and Ordinance was adopted to provide identification, designation, protection, enhancement, and continued preservation and the use of historic resources that reflect the city's heritage. A property can be a historic resource by either being designated as a historic landmark or being of a historic district. City staff extended the deadline for community input on a large residential project. Originally, the community had until August 5th to provide comments or feedback on the Solana residential development project, but residents now have until August 19th to submit any comments about the draft environmental impact report. All of the feedback received will be addressed in the final report. The Solana residential development project will be located on the southwest corner of Hawthorne Boulevard and Via Valmonte. There are plans to develop 248 apartment units in 3 5-story buildings. The draft environmental impact report makes sure that the proposed project will not result in any significant adverse effects on the environment. Staff has plans to have a public hearing for the project soon. You can email comments to omartinez@torranceca.gov. Make sure to put the project name in the subject line and also include your name and number in the email. Tickets are on sale for one of Torrance Memorial Medical Center's largest fundraisers. Honda Evening Under the Stars Gourmet Food and Wine Festival takes place on August 24th. Restaurants and wineries from across the South Bay will offer samples and a unique experience. Each ticket is $200, and once again, there will be musical entertainment featuring Grammy Award-winning saxophonist Kenny G. Some participating restaurants are Benihana, Bedolino Kitchen, Depot, Sushi Chef Institute, and Fleming's Prime Steakhouse, to name a few. All of the proceeds will benefit Torrance Memorial Medical Center. For tickets, head to torrancememorial.org. The weather is hot and swimming season is here, making it the perfect time to freshen up on some pool safety skills. Reporter Jessie Pierre has the story.
Summertime means more kids will be cooling off at the beach and local pools.
She loves the water. She will stay for hours in the pool. So that's one of her happy places.
Chantal Mandeville says she's been bringing her daughter to the South Bay Torrance YMCA for over 5 years.
But when it's really hot, we come almost 2-3 times a week.
Shelley is one of nearly 200 kids who have signed up to learn how to swim through the annual Safety Around the Water program offered at the Y.
She actually wants to join a swim team, and she wants to do mermaid camp because they have mermaid camp here. But to do that, she has to be able to swim on her own.
According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, drowning remains the leading cause of unintentional deaths for children between the ages of 1 and 4 years old. That is why programs just like these are so essential, teaching kids as young as 3 years old how to swim and safety around the water.
We always let them know that they should never swim alone, know their limits, never go past where they don't feel comfortable, such as, the moment they can't touch the ground, they should consider swimming with an adult.
Keeping her within arm's distance of me, that's a really important rule that I didn't think about as much. And when they jump in, that they jump in feet first, not head first.
During the 45-minute class, kids learn to float, kick, stroke, and techniques to breathe properly underwater.
I'm so impressed by my daughter. She actually learned how to float and how to swim. I mean, as a 3-year-old, just, hi, this is your first swimming lesson. And then the third day, she's swimming across the pool.
Started with swimming in shallow water, like 1 foot deep water. And then I got to 3 foot, and then I got to 4 foot, and now I'm at like 6 foot.
Mandeville says that seeing her daughter in the water has inspired her to get lessons of her own.
Her deal with me is that I have to go and take a class at the same time she takes one for fall. So she's made that deal with me.
For Torrance City Cable, I'm Jessie Pierre.
Thanks, Jessie. Torrance South Bay YMCA offers swim lessons year-round. The next Safety Around the Water session will start November 18th. To sign up or for more information, contact the South Bay Torrance YMCA at 310-325-5885 or visit them at 2900 Sepulveda Boulevard. A top staffing organization is now serving the South Bay community. Pride Staff, a nationally known agency that provides a full range of staffing and employment services in a variety of industries, expands to Torrance. The office on Hawthorne Boulevard in the Rolling Hills Shiatsu Center specializes in the financial sector, administrative and clerical, and light industrial positions. The Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce, along with the community, welcomed the franchised organization. Locally owned and operated, Pride Staff has consistently been ranked among the highest 1% of staffing firms in the industry. The company places people in the right career while also assisting businesses
really exciting.
finding the right
Kind of
talent.
makes it feel like we're really here. We've really been a part of the community, and we're really trying to let everyone know that it's important for us to contribute. And so it's the perfect place. It's centralized, and we really like this area.
A great day to be here. For an employment agency to be opening here, what it means is that there are people looking for jobs. There are jobs to be given. That means Torrance is vibrant and we're growing. So this is a great day for the city of Torrance, and I am glad to be here to be part of it.
Well, it's extremely important for businesses to grow in the community. They need employees. And this is a company that any employer can come to provide that service to them in hiring employees to fulfill their needs for their company.
According to Clearly Rated, a business intelligence firm specializing in the staffing industry, Pride Staff earned a client net promoter score as high as or higher than other well-known brands such as Amazon and Netflix. It's the only nationwide commercial staffing firm in the United States and Canada with more than $100 million in annual revenue to earn Clearly Rated's prestigious Best Staffing Diamond Award 6 years in a row. The company operates more than 80 offices in North America and serves more than 5,000 clients. To learn more, you can call them at 310-214-0622. Let's get to the weather. Today it was cloudy with a high of 76 degrees. Tomorrow the temperature will continue with a high of 76 degrees and expect a low of 55 degrees at night. Then on Thursday it will stay pretty consistent with a high of 76 degrees. If you have a sweet tooth, today is a day for you. You can indulge in some cheesecake for a great deal. Today marks National Cheesecake Day. According to the National Day calendar, an ancient Greek physician wrote a book on the art of making cheesecakes thousands of years ago. Cheesecake Factory will have half-price cheesecake all day with a limit of 1 slice per person. You can also get a free slice at Maggiano's Little Italy with the purchase of an adult entree. Volkswagen announced a large car recall coming soon on 2 of its designs. Nearly 28,000 of its 2015 to 2016 CC cars and Tiguan SUVs are being recalled due to a defective computer part that can keep the airbags from deploying when needed in a crash, or even makes the airbags deploy when there isn't a crash. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says both situations raise the risk of a crash or an injury. It's recommended to take your car in as soon as possible if the airbag warning light comes on. The CC cars that are affected were built from May 6 through December 17, 2015. Then Tiguan SUVs built from March 12 through December 19, 2015. Dealers will install new software and replace the computer component at no charge. You can call Volkswagen at 1-800-822-8987. Now let's get to events. Tomorrow, the Delamo Fashion Center is hosting back-to-school festivities at the play area near Joanne Fabrics. It will take place from 10 a.m. to noon. There will be fun for the whole family, from educational activities, face painting, balloon twisting, food sampling, and much more. There will also be a chance to watch a live performance from Circus Vargas. Then also tomorrow, the annual International Surf Festival kicks off through this Sunday across the South Bay. There are scheduled events across the 4 beach cities. The event promotes the world's best lifeguard service and physical fitness for thousands of participants. There'll be a paddleboard race at Torrance Beach this Saturday as well. Then don't forget, you can bring your children to local parks for some summer fun, all for free. From Monday through Friday, noon to 4 p.m., recreation staff leads activities and crafts. An adult must be with their child. For more information, go to torranceca.gov/parks. Well, in just 2 minutes, Debbie Hayes from the Torrance Historical Society and Museum will join us to talk about an exciting annual event that will teach you some history with some local flavors. We'll be back in just a few.
Get it. Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Is she gonna get it, Daddy?
She'll get it. Get it. Get it.
When you bring home a Goodwill find, you give your whole town a reason to celebrate because you're also funding local job training and placement programs in tech, healthcare, and more. Goodwill. Bring good home.
Awkward. Do I look familiar? I should. You might remember me from here. Here. Or maybe even here. But an awkward silence can be a great thing. It can actually be a perfect moment to reach out to a friend and ask if they're okay if they seem down. It doesn't matter how you say it.
You all right?
Everything's okay?
All G?
You all right, girl?
Oh,
You cool?
you bugging dog.
Just show you're there for them. Go on, Kelly. It's easy, awkward.
Hey, you haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back to the second half of NewsBreak Live. Joining me is Debbie Hayes from the Torrance Historical Society and Museum. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And you're here to talk about an exciting event that's around the corner, and it's educating locals about downtown Torrance's history in a very fun way. So talk to me about the annual Summer Stroll.
Absolutely. So next Thursday, like you said, right around the corner on the 8th, we are going to do our annual Summer Stroll. And what we do is we do a docent-led tour, and we go to the hip restaurants in Old Torrance for a sip and a snack and a peek into the past behind the brick and mortar.
So what will attendees experience exactly? So you start at the Torrance Historical Society and Museum, and then you take off.
Yes, we do. So this is one of our most favorite events, so it does sell out rather quickly. But what we do, as you mentioned, we start at the museum, and then we go to these hip restaurants, and we first tell them about the restaurant because, you know, our city is young, but it's rich in history. You know, we're over 100 years old. So a lot of these buildings have been here for decades and decades, and businesses have come and gone. So we tell them about what businesses used to be there. We show them a photo of the old business. So you're looking into the past as you're standing in the now. And the restaurants we will partner with on Thursday are the Red Car Brewery, the brand new Clutch and Coffee, Tortilla Cantina, the Depot, Keegan's, Restoration Kitchen and Wine, and Torrance Bakery. It's going to be awesome.
Wow, that makes me hungry already.
Uh-huh.
So the Torrance Historical Society and Museum hosts great events. Last week we had the Rock Around the Block party. So what is really unique about this one?
Well, this one, so you get to learn the history of the building because not everybody knows. You know, they just go, oh, I'm going to the Red Car. Do you know what it used to be? How long has this building been here? What businesses were there before? So you just get that little feel for the building, so you become a little more attached once you know the history. And you also will get to meet each of the owners as you go inside. And then just, you know, for a small entry fee, you also get to sample it because a lot of the people haven't been into the restaurants before. And so it's a great partnership, as I mentioned, so we can introduce our guests to the restaurants and getting to meet the owner. That's kind of bragging rights for the people, and learning the history.
The focus is really downtown Torrance, right?
Absolutely. Yes. So we want people to envelop our history and know more about it, and then you have more buy-in. Plus, it's cool. And we have all the buildings and Old Torrance itself, which is the original footprint of the city. All of that has a great story to tell.
So what is the cost of the event? It's a donation, right?
Right. It's $35 per person.
Okay.
And then what we use that money for is we have free programs that we offer all year long. Almost all of our events are free. And if there is a fee, it's just to raise funds for the museum. So for different programs and also to maintain our archives. So if that's another thing, we like to get people into our museum. You can't believe how many people have passed by it for years and never stepped inside. We are the keepers of the city's history, and there's so much to see and learn about it, you'd be surprised.
And since you mentioned the museum, it's located at 1345 Post Avenue in downtown Torrance.
Yes, it is.
So for people who've maybe never come out to any of the great events that the Torrance Historical Society and Museum hosts, tell me the mission.
You know what? The mission is just to share the history because, like I said, our city is so rich in history and people are always amazed. And then, like, they may want to know, gosh, what can I learn about my house? And a lot of people don't know that we have our old newspapers digitized online. So it's kind of like, we call it kind of like being a detective. And there's so much to learn about different aspects of our city and its past. And it's awesome.
And there's permanent and rotating local history at the museum. And it's always expanding. You're always telling me about all the new additions. So give me a little insight on what people can expect when they walk into the museum. Obviously, a lot about Louis Zamperini.
That's right. We have the largest collection of Louis Zamperini ephemera in the entire world. And so that's out and available for people to see. We recently just acquired all of the Torrance Rose Float Association's photos and history, so you can come learn about that. Another one of our favorites is the names on the wall for our memorial for the Torrance people who served in the war and did not come home. We are putting a face with those names. We have the history on them. We have a history of women in Torrance. I mean, you can learn about farming, transportation, the police department, the fire department. There's all sorts of things you can learn.
That's amazing. And just to circle back around about the Summer Stroll, tickets are still on sale, so you can purchase them right now. And of course, as you mentioned, it's one of the most popular events. It's a first come, first serve.
Yes.
So they just have to contact the museum or yourself and get their tickets.
Yes, so you can, the best thing to probably do is call the museum at 310-328-5392, and because it's first come first serve, as you mentioned, and we still have seats available, so if you want to join the fun, then give us a call.
Of course. And then if they can't make that event, there's another event that's not too far away. Talk to me about game night.
Okay, so we have a fun and game night. This will be the second time we've done it. The first one was a grand success. And we invite people to come into the museum. This will be on Thursday, August 15th, a week after the Summer Stroll. And we come in and we play games. So, you know, how's your poker face? Are you quick at Quiddler? Do you know how to play Monopoly? And we provide the games, the sips, and the snacks. And we invite the public to come. It is for 18 years and older, and it's just $5 a person.
And of course, this is all going back to the Society and Museum. So tell me what's really exciting about game night and what's the purpose of it? It really sounds like it's bringing the community together.
You're exactly right. So while they're in the museum, the first half hour from 6 to 6:30 is sips and snacks and socializing. So we've got you in there, and now we can start telling you about the history. And once people start looking around, they just start asking us questions. And everyone always loves the museum, and if they've never been there, they always come back because there's too much to see and take in for just one visit. So it's basically educating people again about our history and, like you said, bringing the community together, doing something fun.
Of course, everyone can find out all about the upcoming events and what you guys are all about at torrancehistoricalsociety.org. And before I let you go, is there anything you'd like to add about the 8th annual Summer Stroll? It's so special that all these events have now become a tradition here in the city.
Yes, they have. And we never know what's going to work. Like Rock Around the Block, oh my gosh, that was our 15th annual. The Summer Stroll, this is our 8th annual.
Wow.
So things just take off, and we'd love for you to come join us. And I also just wanted to say, we couldn't do these events without our partners, and the restaurants are key in making the Summer Stroll happen, and they are all fabulous to work with, and they have a sumptuous menu that will tempt your taste buds, so you're gonna want to come back. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who helps us make it happen, and Old Torrance is the place to be and be seen.
Yes, and it's definitely growing too. Thank you so much, Debbie, for all that you do as well.
Thank you, Hiba.
Have a great night.
You as well.
Well, that does it for NewsBreak Live. And as I just mentioned, if you want more information about all the exciting events the Torrance Historical Society and Museum puts on, you can stop by at 1345 Post Avenue in downtown Torrance, or you can check out their website at torrancehistoricalsociety.org. The 8th annual Summer Stroll is happening Thursday, August 8th at 6 p.m. and the tickets are on sale now, so get them. And if you ever have news or video that you'd like to share, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. City Council has the night off. Also, if you missed any portion of the show, you can catch it all on Torrance City Cable's YouTube page. Have a great night.